Hi everyone, time for today's lesson. So, we've got Miss Bashford's wonderful story map from Meerkat Mail, and thank you for reading that story. Now it's time for us to invent and innovate our own story, and I'm about to show you how to do it. First of all, we're going to get inventing. Now we're going to use our Meerkat Mail story map to change the characters and make a new mammal go on an adventure. So take a look on how to do that now. Firstly, you're going to need to get your Meerkat Mail story map from yesterday. So pause the video here and get that now. For this activity, you're going to need your story map from yesterday. You're going to need some glue, some scissors, a pencil, and I've got some coloured post-it notes or pieces of paper, but you could use a coloured piece of paper or a plain piece of paper today. Right, so first job to do is to change our main character, and the main character from Meerkat Mail is Sunny. Now we're going to change that to a different mammal, and I'm going to change mine to an elephant. So my story can't be called Meerkat Mail anymore, it needs to be changed to Elephant Mail. So what I've done is I've cut a piece of paper, one of the colour pieces or the white piece of paper, in a strip, and I'm going to cover that up with my glue. On top of that, I'm going to write Elephant Mail. And there's the title of my new story. Next, I need to change my character, Sunny, to my elephant character. So I've cut a square of paper and I'm going to glue it on top of Sunny at the beginning of our story map. Okay, so Sunny's not in my story anymore. Now I've got an elephant, and my elephant is going to have a name, and he's going to be called Jeff. Remember your capital letter for your animal's name. And I'm going to just try and draw a little picture of Jeff with the big ears and his trunk. So there's Jeff. Right, so now instead of Sunny visiting all different species of the mongoose family, we're going to have the character that you name. So mine is called Jeff, but you can have any mammal that you like. Go and visit other mammals to see what it's like to live with them. So first, I'm going to cover up all the different characters in the book so I can change them into my own mammals that my elephant Jeff can go and visit. Okay, so now that's covered up, I can start to invent my own story. And I need to think of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different other mammals. Because on Sunday, Sunny finds a place that's perfect, and that's his home. So my elephant Jeff is going to visit 6 different mammals, and at the end he's going to find himself back at home with his herd and happy. Let's have a think now, so pause the video and see if you can come up with 6 other mammals that you would like to be in your story. So the first mammal that my elephant Jeff is going to visit is going to be a rhino. Now I'm not going to do a detailed drawing because it's just our story map, so I'm going to do a rhinoceros horn. I'm going to write the word rhinoceros, and I'm going to say that Jeff doesn't want to stay there because it's too muddy. Okay, next animal. Next he's going to visit a giraffe. Once again, I'm not going to draw too much detail, but I'm going to do a giraffe with his long neck and his ears, and I'm going to write the word giraffe. and he doesn't want to stay there because he can't talk to the giraffe because the giraffe is too tall. On Wednesday, he's going to stay with another mammal, a lion. So I'm going to draw just my lion's head on my yellow piece of paper. I'm going to write lion, and he doesn't want to stay with the lion anymore because he is too loud. So he still hasn't found a nice place to live. Next, on Thursday, he's going to spend time and go and live with a dolphin. Now I'm going to just draw some water. I'm going to draw an arrow of my dolphin jumping out of the water, and I'm going to write the words dolphin. Now, he can't really live with the dolphin very long because he doesn't breathe underwater. So I'm going to put breathe underwater. That's okay if you come onto your story map, as long as you know that this is part of your new story. On Friday, he's going to visit another mammal, a koala, and I've chosen a quiet mammal for him to visit, so it'll be too quiet. Okay, let's draw a little koala. And I'm going to write koala. Okay, on Saturday, he goes to visit a chimpanzee. Now, that's one of our classes, so I'm going to draw a cheeky little chimpanzee. I'm going to put on the top imp and Z. And sadly, there's too many chimpanzees and it's too busy, and all they want to do is play games, and Jeff doesn't like that. And lastly, he goes home. And we covered up the word perfect, and I'm going to get you to write that again. It is perfect. And we're going to write home. And that's the end of our inventing. Now it's time for the next activity. Okay, so now I want you to take some time finishing your map, and when you're done, you can watch the rest of this video for the next part. Okay, for today's main activity, we're going to be writing a blurb. Now that's the bit of writing on the back cover of a book, which tells you just a little bit about what your story is going to be about. Now you've invented a new story with lots of new animals, and that's what our blurb is going to be about. We're going to write 3 super sentences. That's with capital letters, finger spaces and full stops, and we're going to be using our language through colour. So watch this now to see how to do it. So to get you started, you're going to need your new story. So I've got mine here ready to go. I've also got my book, or lined paper will do, to be able to write your story. You need a sharp pencil, and here I've put on a little support sheet to help you remember how to write your sentences nicely. So you've got your capital letters that you can check, make sure you've got your finger spaces in every sentence, finishing it with a full stop or maybe a question mark, and all of our lowercase letters are going to be sitting on the line smartly. So I'm going to keep that here too, just so I can remind myself. I've also got our language through colour, which mums and dads, you might not know exactly what this is at the moment, but we use these colours to help us write sentences. Now, pink is usually the who in our sentence, orange is the what, yellow is what are they doing, blue is when, brown is where, green is our adjective, so they are our describing words, and yellow is a little bit about what they're doing, but sort of how they're doing, or what, like, how are they doing. So I'm going to be using that as well, and as I write out my sentences, you might see me underline the words so I know what I've got to write. Okay, so we're going to start with our title. And mine is elephant male, but yours will be whatever animal you have chosen. Okay, we're going to start the story with a pink. And that's the name of our who, so that is Jeff for me. What's your animal's name? And then I'm going to say what animal he is. He is an elephant, and that is our orange. It's a what? Now Jeff lives with his family, but I don't really want to just say family. I want to use some of those exciting green words. So let's think about what his family might be like. What's the family of your animal like? Think of 2 green describing words. If you're not sure what words to use, I've made a list for you. Check that out and see if you can come up with 2 of your own. I describe my family as large and crazy. And now I'm going to finish off my sentence by saying, where do the family live? So I'm going to use my brown line and I'm going to say that Jeff and his family are in Africa. And I've got a capital letter for Africa. Remember your full stop to finish your sentence. Now to start our new sentence, I've gone for pink again. This is because you can decide if your character is a he or a she, and I decided mine was going to be a he. Making sure I use my finger spaces correctly, I decided to write a bit more about what happened in the story to tell our reader a little bit more. So I spoke about how Jeff was going to meet many other mammals. I wanted the reader to know some of the mammals he met on his journey, so I chose 3 from my story map to add to the blurb. I also used green describing words for each of those animals. So we've got some playful chimpanzees, we've got some tall giraffes, and he also made some loud lions. What 3 animals will you choose? Once again, don't forget your full stop at the end of the sentence. And now it's time for our third and final sentence, and it starts with however. You're going to write this one on your own. We know that Sonny went to all these places but didn't quite enjoy them and enjoyed his time back at home. So can you say what happened to your animal in the end? Maybe you want to think about how he realised he preferred his own family and liked the things that they did with him. Using our writing support, we're now going to check our work. We're going to check for capital letters, finger spaces, full stops, and making sure our writing is on the line. Are our tall letters tall and our long letters long? Take a look now at your writing to check it through. Make sure you have got capital letters for your name of your animal and the name of the place they live. Feel free to use this guide or write your own fantastic blurb. Send it in to the Year 1 email and I can't wait to see your beautiful writing.